We are back for the 2020 season with some breaking news. The San Francisco 49ers have signed free agent wide receiver Mohamed Sanu, formerly of the Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots. This is big news because those of us who watched the game on Sunday knew that the 49ers offense was really struggling without Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk in the lineup. They should be back in the next couple of weeks, but in the NFL, you can't afford to wait. You need to win games now, especially when you're in an 0-1 hole like the 49ers are. So let's take a look at Mohamed Sanu's skill set, how the 49ers might use him in the red zone, and how Sanu might match up against a division rival like the Seattle Seahawks. On this first play we're going to look at, Sanu is lined up in the slot. Now, one thing about the 49ers' third and fourth string receivers on Sunday is they had a very hard time creating separation against the Arizona Cardinals. And here we see the defender is all over Sanu. But Sanu has the ability to create separation. And here he gives the defender a move to the outside, and when the defender bites, he cuts back to the inside for a wide open catch. It's a big play and a gain of 21 yards for the Falcons. From this angle, we get a great look of Sanu securing this catch even after bobbling it initially and making the play. This next game was against the Detroit Lions, and it shows a great look at how Sanu operates in the red zone. Again, Sanu is lined up in the slot. Now at the start of this play, we see that the outside receiver is taking his man into the interior of the end zone, leaving Sanu a lot of room on the flat. But the defender, again, is all over him. But I want you to notice how Sanu and the defender bump into each other, right? He doesn't bump into him because that could be offensive pass interference. And this is, again, an example of how he can create separation. You know, John Madden used to say the top receivers in the game understand separation. He gains just enough space. Matt Ryan puts the ball right on him. Makes a contested catch, which is another one of his skills, and this play would be reviewed and ruled a touchdown. Red zone threat. And from this angle, we see just how much separation Sanu was able to gain from the defender. The defender is still close enough to lay the hit. Sanu hangs onto the football. And again, this was reviewed and ruled a touchdown. Now, of course, most of you know that Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. So he has experience working with Sanu. And that means Sanu will be able to come into his system and play right away, which isn't always easy for a wide receiver to do. But in addition to that, here's a great example of how he might match up against a division rival. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Again, we see Sanu is lined up in the slot. Now the Jets are in a zone defense here, and this defender is going to turn Sanu loose to the inside where he'll be matched up one-on-one against the safety. There's just one problem. That safety is Jamel Adams, one of the best safeties in the league, and a new member of the Seattle Seahawks, and he was all over the field on Sunday. In fact, we can see right here that Adams is all over Sanu. But Matt Ryan starts to scramble to his left here, and Sanu sees him and goes into a scramble drill, running along the back of the end zone with his quarterback. Now there's two very important things to notice here. The first is look how easily he created that separation against Jamel Adams. That could be a big factor down the stretch. And watch how deftly he works the back line of the end zone. Now, this might seem somewhat straightforward. You just run in a straight line, right? This is actually very difficult to do because you can't step out of bounds, but you can't look at the out of bounds marker. You have to be looking at your quarterback and looking for the football. But Sanu is a pro, and he handles it no problem. Touchdown, Falcons. Now, these guys are all pros, of course, so why do teams need that top receiver? I mean, it sounds like kind of a ridiculous question, but I think it was Eric Crocker who said this weekend that all quarterbacks suck. It's the receivers who make them look good. Here's a great example of what that could mean. Here, Matt Ryan wants to throw the ball away from the defender, away from Jamel Adams. But he throws it a little bit too far to the outside here. It's not the best throw. And it looks like Sanu might be too far away to make a play on the ball. But look at this great extension and catch by Sanu. Secures the football and makes the touchdown. This could be a big factor for Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers. He gets up strutting a little bit, but when you make a play like that, I think you've earned the right to strut. Well, there you have it. We've seen everything that Mohamed Sanu could potentially bring to the table in these very important next few weeks when the 49ers are going to be without Deebo Samuel, without Brandon Ayuk. The separation, the ability to make contested catches, and the ability to be a red zone threat. All very big factors that the 49ers are going to need until they can get their star wide receivers back. And then when they do get them back, imagine that offense with those two guys and Sanu in the mix. This could be a very good signing for San Francisco. Now, one thing about Sanu is last year he had a bit of an off year. He was recovering from an injury, so it'll be interesting to see how he performs this season with a little extra time to recover and get his body right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be back soon with more videos, so go ahead and like and subscribe. I want to thank all my subscribers. You guys are great. I'm thrilled to be kicking off the 2020 season, and it's going to be a fun ride again this year, so buckle up.